Hey guys, welcome back to Shantae. This is NintendoCapriSun, and as a word of warning, I'm co-commentating. Yeah, with who? Don't say anything second, Tim. I know you're thinking about it. I'm post-commentating this. Because apparently I was doing some stuff with Audacity and stereo mix, and I forgot to switch it back to the microphone. So all Audacity was doing was recording the game audio, so I don't have the commentary for the next 3 episodes. So I guess you're just gonna get me hanging out here. And to be honest, I'm actually kind of relieved that it happened, because from the moment I started recording that night, I just knew I wasn't feeling it and I shouldn't have been doing it. But I forced myself to do it anyway, and, you know, when I got done with it, I was like, oh god, that sucked. You know, and it just happens sometimes. So, and now today, it's like, it's the complete opposite. I feel totally mentally ready to commentate, but now physically I'm feeling kind of icky. I'm having a lot of trouble swallowing. And it's actually a lot better today than it was yesterday, because I took some Alka-Seltzer, which is the first time I've taken any kind of medicine in like 3 months. So anyway. So we got the Foxy Grandma hat. Yeah, when I picked up that Vorpal Blade, I came here thinking the knight was going to be in the item shop in the last episode, and for some reason he wasn't there. Fortunately he was, so I was able to make the trade here, and I'm just going to run this over to her, and she'll give us the Mermaid Bubble ability, which will allow us to break blocks underwater as a mermaid. There's also going to be quite a few cuts in the next few episodes, because all in all, these next 3 videos total out to about 53 minutes total, but the original recording was at least twice that long. Now, admittedly, part of the reason for that is because I spent a lot of time in the bathhouse grinding gems. So, and of course I didn't cut any of that out, I just kept recording, but there it is. Mermaid Bubble! So you know what's gonna happen now is I'm probably gonna get all, like, complacent and forget to watch what's going on in the game, and I'll start talking about something, but who knows? Maybe that'll turn out to be a good thing. Some of those Plants vs. Zombies 2 episodes where I was post-commentating, man, I loved those. It almost makes me wonder if I shouldn't, you know, well, no, I shouldn't. Because it's not as good if you can't react. So here comes the first cut right here. I went into Main Street, I don't know what I was doing, but I basically went through the entire level. Oh, and the mouse cursor is on the screen. I don't know why that's on the screen. I honestly don't, because I'm sure, I am almost positive that I didn't leave it there. And notice how it's like in the exact same spot on the screen as it was before. It's like, why does it keep showing up there? Anyway, okay, yeah, I guess there was something I needed here, but, which is this here. It's another... No, it's the waterfall relic. Okay. Yeah, I remember thinking, okay, good, I'm glad I picked this up. Yeah, another thing that kept happening, I guess it's because of the way I was holding the controller. I had my finger resting on the trigger button, so a lot of times when I go to transform, like, I squeeze my thumb down, but I also squeeze my finger, so I end up pressing the trigger when I'm trying to press the transform button, and that causes a little bit of weirdness. So I kept thinking there was something up here on the far right, but I guess there isn't. Maybe it was something else. I was probably thinking of the factory, actually. Because there's a lot of stuff we still have to get in there. Damn that mouse cursor. I suppose I could cover it up again, but at least now that I'm acknowledging it, maybe it won't be so bad. Because, like, in the last few videos, I covered it up by basically taking what was just to the right of it and moving that part of the video over it, so there was 2 of the same square full of pixels, you know, on that side of the screen. But anyway, I'm not going to try to explain that. Anyway, so how's everybody doing today? Today's February 8th, only 3 weeks now. Well, by the time this video goes up, it'll be less than 3 weeks until Breath of the Wild, so... So ready for that, man. You have no idea how motherfucking ready I am for that game, man. I'm just, ooh! Just, ooh! Man, I live for that game. That is the game of my life! No, I'm just, that's what I said about Castlevania 4 once. But, you know, sometimes there's more to life than video games. But wait, no there isn't. What am I talking about? Video games is my life, man. It always has been. What, just because some stereotypical society-manufactured horse shit tells you that otherwise? Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah. Kill those Nagas. Kill them good. So I don't remember what I was doing here either. Well, obviously, I needed to go through with a mermaid. Now that I had that ability. Okay, he's not turning into a mermaid, he's turning into a harpy. Yeah, okay, and then I flew up here and I found this little platform that sticks out. I'm gonna go to it in a second here. And this is the point where I remembered how it is that you get into that upper right area that I couldn't figure out before. Because I need the bat transformation. Which somebody said in the comments I could have gotten that a long time ago too, with the monkey. Yeah, see? Just fly straight across. Anyway, that'll make more sense when we actually do it. But see, I already missed a couple of other things there by not using the waterfall relic. But I guess I just got too much of a hurry here, so then I flew over this area. Alright, future self, why did you keep this in? Or past self, rather. What is it that you did here? There's a flower there. But I think that just spawns gems. Some of the flowers I've noticed tend to kind of respawn if they don't have anything important in them, so you might see me pass one up here and there because of that. Yeah, it's right up here, the bat transformation. That's what I'm doing here. And this I could have gotten as the monkey. I could have ridden the little things up and I could have jumped up here from further to the right, I think it is? I don't really know. I don't guess it really matters that much. Boom, 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 and here it comes. You got the bat dance. Now you can be a bat. Or you can be Batman. Transform, yeah. Bat time, Bat City. Bat tips. This must be Batman. Let's see what he says. Alright, here comes another cut. Now he's exiting the world. Wonderful. Oh, that mouse cursor. Every time the screen goes black, I see it. So now that I have the bat transformation, obviously, you go back to this platform I was talking about a second ago and fly across. The bat transformation, all it does is just fly horizontally, but it's a much smaller size, and that's how you get in there. And as far as I know, aside from one or two other really small things, there aren't a lot of gimmicks to the bat. It's just you use it for just those very specific few things that you actually need it for. Which some might say it's, you know, kind of boring, but I don't know. It is what it is. I know some people get annoyed when people say that too. It is what it is. I catch myself saying that all the time, and then I'm like, oh no, Reddit, please don't kill me. I talk about Reddit too much too. Boom, 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 boom. So I can like barely hear the music now, so I probably have a different part of the song stuck in my head than what's actually playing. So if you hear me singing the wrong part of the music, that's why. I just didn't feel like plugging my headphones in, and I didn't want it to echo too loud in the background, so here we go. Now we got this mouse transformation. We can get this thing here, which is another gallery key. Boom, got the gallery key. Gonna turn it in for a salary fee. Don't know what else to say here, just crawling through the cracks. At least I'm not crawling through the crevice of my crack. That's okay though. Woohoo. Barely caught the elevator in time there. So now we're gonna go to the other end of this little mysterious passage that seems to be unget-to-able. Unget-to-able. Future self, put that up on the screen, along with pronunciation, so people know what I'm talking about. It's the least you can do as an editor. Remember, Tim, every video matters. That's what I was talking about in the stream the other night. I was telling people about that. That's one of my biggest pieces of advice, though, like, as an LPer, is to remember that, you know, because it's easy to get lost in the shuffle and think, oh, there's part 6, here's part 7, here's part 8, and they start to all blend together as, like, one cohesive thing. But every individual video matters. In an LP, it doesn't matter if it's part 1 or part 201. Just kind of rushing through this part right here. And it's so easy to forget that as an LPer when you start getting into the 30s and 40s, like, oh, it's just another video. But it's not. That video could be someone's first impression of you. You never know. That's why it's always good to try to be on your game all the time. I mean, it's not humanly possible to always be on your game. I do realize that. But the more the better, if you can pull it off. That's one of those things you learn about, though, as being an LPer. It's one thing that's taught me. It's that talking can be more exhausting than you ever thought. I used to think it was just so easy, like, oh, you're just stand up there and talk. Yeah, that's easy. You do that all the time anyway, right? Yeah, you do, but, well, fundamentally talking is boring, you know, unless you put a real good spin on it. Sometimes you just try to get more, you know, enthusiasm in your voice. But in most everyday conversations, I don't know, unless you're talking about something that you're really passionate about. Now we're finally gonna get this treasure down here that we've been waiting forever to get. And it's just another key. Just another gallery key. Costing me my salary fee. Maybe I can burn some calories, Calories, Then I could impress Valerie. It's amazing how many words rhyme with calorie, Valerie, gallery, salary. Are there any more? There's gotta be at least one more. Come on, let's think of one. Okay. Let's see, Valerie, calorie, dallery, Valerie. Valerie, almost. Okay, I'm gonna use my waterfall ability here. That's what that does. And that's how you get to this up here, which you might have wondered. Why'd you walk out of the room, dude? Did I talk about that one random memory in Banjo-Kazooie? When I first got Banjo-Kazooie, like, after I moved to Wisconsin, my dad and stepmom were playing it. And she, like, was trying to shoot the totem out in the first world with eggs. And she got into this routine where she kept shooting eggs at the same spot over and over again, and my dad was watching her. Shoot, there's a soul down there I need a crab to get. Anyway, all of a sudden Dad is just out of the blue. He's like, why do you keep shooting the same spot over and over again? And he said it so fast you could barely tell what he was saying. He's like, why do you keep shooting the same spot over and over again? I don't know. It's just funny. Oh, sometimes I wish I could go back. It's amazing how much this Let's Playing it makes you think differently about how you watch people play. Because nowadays, it's so rare for me to see someone in real life, especially someone that I know really well, like in my family, to be able to watch them and see how they talk about games, what they notice, or how they even play, you know. You don't get to see that very often. And it kinda makes me wonder what in the heck they would do. Can't believe there's more stuff down here we can get. Thank God for that mermaid bubble, let me tell ya. Yeah, see, we haven't had a cut in a while here, so I guess I'm really cleaning house. There is so much in this world, though. Of all the worlds in the game, though, Mermaid Falls is the one that you're going to be coming back to hundreds of times, or, well, not hundreds of times. Dozens of times, maybe? Yeah, see, here's another waterfall. You might come in here, but you don't have the waterfall relic yet. It's, oh, I can't do this. So you gotta leave, go all the way out of the world and find it, and come all the way back. There's another heart holder there. So one more to pretty much top us out here. There I go again, squeezing the trigger. Yeah, the waterfall ability, you basically press up and A to activate that. So it doesn't matter if you're going up or down, you always press up and A to do it, so. I don't know why I feel the need to mention that, it's just something worth mentioning. Yeah, I was just watching GT Live earlier. They were playing a game called This Dragon Cancer, I think. And it looks pretty interesting. So, it's not the kind of thing I'd be in the mood to play right now, hopefully not. It's just, you know, it's one thing to sympathize with people who are going through it, but at the same time, when you are one of those people who has a loved one that's going through it, you almost just don't want to be reminded of it, you know? So I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna fly on out of here. Let's see if I can remember. Yeah, I started making some good use of that Harpy talent, because you can shoot that thing really fast. It does 2 damage. So you can stay away from an enemy and shoot him from far away, all Contra style. It's really fun, too. Oh, so then we get in the factory here. The fart factory. Yeah, thankfully my throat's a little better today. I know I was complaining about it in the stream last night, which that would have been the second Secret Mana stream. It was bothering me then. I was hoping it'd be better today, because I thought yesterday was... You know how when you get sick you think to yourself, oh, maybe this is the day that it's as bad as it's gonna get, you know? And tomorrow it'll start getting better. And then you wake up the next day and it's even worse, and you're like, oh, come on. Whatever. Not a huge deal. So we got one more sunken soul down there. Dang it, stop electrocuting my mermaid. Why do you keep pressing the... Why do you keep shooting the same spot over and over again? Well, there's nothing there. Where's he gonna go next? I think he's pretty much done here. Or maybe not. No? We're not cutting here. What are you doing, past self? Or does it take him a minute to realize he doesn't have anything left to do here? There is something he has to do here still, but I'm not going to do that in the next 3 parts. There's like a thing that you need for the end game. And you have to fly up into the center of this area to get it. So, eventually we'll have to go back and do that, but I'm not going to be doing that now or in the next 2 parts, so... What am I doing here? I heard there was like an achievement if you could get one of those guys without alerting them to your presence, or either just walk past them without them realizing that you're there. I don't know. I really don't know. What am I doing? What am I getting here? This is driving me crazy now. It's like I want to know. Oh, here we go. Here's something right here. Let's get these hearts up here first. Not that it matters. Ooh, what do we got? Another gallery key. Should go through the rhymes again. I'm not going to do that. Okay. There's only a little bit of video left here, so whatever I do here, it's going to be pretty quick. Oh, is this the last? Yeah, I saw that over there. I was like, how did I not see that? So walk past that 100 times. I've been there the whole time. Of course, to be fair, I have avoided coming here since I got the mermaid power, just because I knew there was going to be too many things I wouldn't be able to do, even with it. Anyway, well, that's going to do it. Damn that mouse cursor. That's going to do it for this video. Next time on Shantae, I'll still be post-commentating, and I guess we're going to Tasseltown. See you guys later.